Hammer disappeared into the chasm with a look of satisfaction. Was he happy because he had been able to attain it? His brief moment of power. Hammer's smile, was that the look of joy from attaining power, or was it the look of relief from the pain that was brought upon him by his mutation? Ultimately, we had no other choice but to defeat our friend, Hammer, for the sake of our own survival. Was there any other way around it? I've never felt that fighting was so futile until now. Elly cried continuously. Why? She hated herself for not having the power to be able to do anything to help him. When I saw her like that, I couldn't help thinking I can no longer allow her to fight like this. Hammer was essentially a plot device for this kind of twist. We returned to Ignis feeling that this had become much more than we can bear. Alright, that happened. Oh, Ramses! And Emperor Cain. What do you want, Ramses? You. If you didn't exist, that's why I must get rid of you. Only then will I be able to beat him. What do you think you're doing, Ramses? Oh, I'm so thirsty. That's absurd. Do you think you can neutralize my power? Of course he can. He was made to be able to do so. Krelian, surely you're not on their side now. Oh, really now? I don't care about a group of old geezers who are so obsessed with clinging onto their dear little lives that they had to resort to turning themselves into data on the Soul 9000 in order to survive. That's not why your existence obstructs me from reaching my goal, that's all. Haven't you been working for humanity's future? For humans to live longer? That's why I assisted you? Yes, that's right. I try to lead the people in my own way, that hasn't changed in the least. Krelian, what's gotten into you? Kill him, Ramses. Ugh. There's no way it's just that easy. Ominous. So, Cain is dead. Oh, he actually is dead. Yes. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Final fate for one bound with an everlasting flesh. If only he had just accepted our logical ideals too. Or maybe this is all part of Cain's legacy. His plan, if you will. A fitting end for someone who had become dominated by needless flesh. Excellent work, Krelian. Now there's nothing that can stand in the way of us accomplishing our objective. The Anima Relics have been awakened and have aligned with their respective Animus. Dan, Joseph, Gad have each been aligned with a Surface Dweller as their Animus. Huga's Asher, Ramses' Zebulun, Krelian's Judah, Sophia's Dinah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these right, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Issachar were already aligned 500 years ago. Issachar is isn't that the SMT4 character? He was like your childhood friend or something, and he dies like really early in the game. What was his name? He was voiced by Bryce Papenbrook. And finally, Graf's Naphtali. All of the Anima Relics have now been activated. The identity of the persona mask of the Mother has also become clear. The time has come. Now is the time to open the door to God's domain to attain the fleshly body and the wisdom of God. The time of the true awakening, to carry us to new horizons. Yes, the time of the gospel has come. Oh, it is Issachar? Yeah, I thought so. I knew it sounded familiar, other than playing this game 7 years ago. Now humans, Etal, the awakening of God. Hold up, Faye. Hold up. I'm saving first. next. I don't want to ever have to do that dungeon or that hammer boss fight ever again. And I'm taking a drink of my... Just taking a drink. Suddenly, the howling erupted. Even the people who had not been mutated were being turned into wells. Oh, I didn't read the rest of that. Wait. This is why I just save stated. Well, not really, but it's good that I save stated. I skipped a paragraph there. Suddenly, the howling erupted. Even the people who had not mutated were being turned into wells. They howled out like war cries, as if to call out to something. That was because Ramses had been manipulated into assassinating the Emperor. Now, with nothing else holding them back, the Ministry had put into use the Gaishiaki, the effect of which was to alter those people who had been destined by God. Those people destined by God, regardless of whether they were surface dwellers or Solarians, began to change shape one after the other. The howling was the people who had filled the earth calling out to God. Once humans have filled the earth, God will awaken from his long sleep, and the awakening of Mahanan, the paradise in the sky, will soon follow. The true meaning of what the Ministry had spoken, the true nature of that legend, was at last beginning to be realized. This is what they meant when they said once humans have filled the earth. Eventually, Mahanan, the resting place of God, woke from its long slumber and began to rise, almost as if responding to the call of the people. It appeared before us in all of its majestic glory. In-game graphics. I don't understand why my mom called me 2 hours ago and she knows I'm streaming. Maybe it was just an accident. I'm just texting her real quick to make sure if it was an accident or not, or if it was something serious. Solaris, Gazelle Ministry sent a massive force there to obtain God and his wisdom. But by now, neither the nation of Solaris nor the organization known as Gebler existed anymore. Almost all the Solarians have been transfigured into weapons. The Gazelle Ministry now reigned over them as their commanders. I had to clear that up real quick. Turns out it was an accident. There was no way we can allow God or God's wisdom to fall into the hands of the Ministry. We decided to assemble all the forces we could and headed toward Mahanan. It was a perilous battle. There was no guarantee that we would make it back alive. We were to carry out the plan at dawn, hence I had to stiffen my resolve concerning her. Wait a minute, you want me to stay here? No, I'm going with you. No, it's too dangerous. Oh, I think it's this part. This is one of the most memorable scenes in Xenogears. Or it leads to it, at least. Why, I've been in many dangerous situations. This isn't the first time. I said, no, we can't take you. Please understand. No, I want to go. We've been fighting together all this time. Yeah, Elly's honestly got a point. Also, I don't like this. all that much. This does lead to one of the best scenes in Xenogears, but there's some things that bother me about it. And suddenly you're telling me not to go, I just don't get it. Yeah, and also, Disc 2's pacing doesn't help. It kind of feels out of nowhere that Faye is telling Elly to stay. This isn't like any other fight. It's a battle for the wisdom created by God. It's life or death. Whoever controls it becomes the true dominator of the world. It's obvious the Ministry will bring the strongest possible troops. There's no guarantee you'll come back alive. That's exactly why I want to go. Yeah, I mean, Elly can, like, take care of herself. You don't have the slightest idea. What don't I understand? If the enemy were only the Ministry or just mechanical weapons, it would be okay. But most of the enemies will be made up of what were once humans just like you and I. I saw them at those facilities, gears that were made out of humans. They were the same as Hammer. Could you now destroy them after knowing this? In order to save ourselves, can you truly say that you can kill those who were once our friends? Okay, so, like, I understand where Faye is coming from, and he's got a point here, but, like, I think it's a little, I don't think Elly should stay behind. Like, I think she's kind of gotta resolve it, basically. Like, you know, it's kind of gotta be something she uses to grow. Like, she can't just, like, stay behind. It's not gonna solve the problem. I understand where you're coming from, but, like, you know. So, do you still want to go now? Well, I mean, she doesn't want to, but, like, she should feel like she has to, you know? It's kind of like, to strengthen her or whatever. You can't even kill one person. Your presence would be a burden during the fight. Incredibly rude. You just get in the way. Yeah, Faye. Not your best choice of words there, buddy. Hey, Faye. Don't you think you went a little too far there? Yes. Very far. We can't blame her. At least we should understand her feelings. I know how Elly feels. I knew she wouldn't have listened to me if I had just said you're not coming. Seeing as she has worked together with us for such a long time and all. That's why I had to explain it to her like that. But it, like, doesn't make sense. The people gathered in Nissan need Elly. Well, to an extent, sure, but she's got to realize how much people are depending on her. I can't put her in a dangerous situation. But the way you said it was a little harsh. Yeah, well, that's Faye. He's blunt and to the point. You didn't have to be so cold. She was crying, you know. But, yeah, Faye is unstable. I don't think he understands feelings all that much. He's got his whole multiple personality thing going on. I'm sure she realizes that. I agree. Maybe you're the one who doesn't understand. Me? I don't understand? A lady's heart. She wants to go, to be with you, Faye, until the end. Yeah. If I were you, I'd hold her tight and say, let's go together, just like that. Really? No. I mean, Young master, don't overdo yourself now. Ah, shut up. Anyhow, why don't you go ask her to come with you? Whether she'll go or not, you should express your feelings in words. If you really care about her, you have to go tell her. Express your feelings, right? I didn't mean... Too late now, everyone knows it. You're not being true to yourself, are you? No, he's just being stupid. I agree. Faye, say it straight out. Oh, Emeralda, you're here. Go ahead, go chase after her. What are you waiting for? Where's Rico? Is Rico here? Oh, there's Rico. And Maria. Choo-choo no one cares about. I don't like this angle all that much. I understand where Faye is coming from, but, like, it's super jarring, and not only because of the whole, like, Disc 2 thing. It's super jarring to have Elly, like, you know, Elly's presented as, like, you know, a strong character, like, throughout most of Disc 1. And I feel like at the end of Disc 1, they start to go in, like, the direction of, like, she's more, like, of a plot device, and, like, she's, like, a damsel in distress, like, she's kind of loses that strength at the end of Disc 1, and this is, like, I don't like the way this depicts Elly, basically. I don't like the idea of Faye just being like, yeah, you should, like, stay behind, and, you know, like, that's it, you can't come with me. I don't really like that. It just feels super jarring going from Disc 1 Elly to this, where Faye is just telling her to stay behind. Like, I understand where he's coming from, but it's like, I don't know, it just seems weird with how Elly is depicted in the game. Faye, is it not the time for you to come out with your feelings now? Faye, go. I'm on it, I'm on it. I'm gonna talk to all of you losers first. Come on now, go for it. Women don't like insensitive men. Getting real there, Margie. You don't know how to treat a lady, do you? Oh, Billy. You're not wrong. Faye does not know much about women. I don't know much about this kind of thing, but Hammer used to tell me to be nice to women. At least Rico knows it. Don't run away, be a man and confront the problems. Come on, you're a man, speak up. It's like the one line I remember from Symphonia 2. Yeah, I don't really like, I just don't like the idea of Faye telling Elly to stay behind. I just don't really feel like it fits. Maybe, yeah, have this, like, little story sequence, but I feel like it comes kind of out of nowhere a little bit. And maybe that's partly because of Disc 2's jarring presentation. It definitely feels like it comes out of nowhere. It's like, maybe what they could have done was, they could have had a bit more build up to it, and then they could have been contemplating the, hey, maybe Elly should stay behind, but like Faye just straight up being like, yeah, you should stay. Like, not even being unsure, he's just like straight up like, yeah, like, I don't want to risk losing you, basically. It doesn't make Elly look good, because Elly in Disc 1, I think, was presented pretty flawlessly. They started to go that angle at the end of Disc 1 for sure, though. I didn't really talk about it, but, like, I noticed, like, during some of the Solaris bits, like, but then Elly was still herself. Because, like, even if Elly was, because she got captured by, like, Ramses that one time, and then she was, captured a couple of times in Solaris, and then with Dominion and everything, even then, she was still the same Elly, because she challenged, Faye on the Vierge, and kind of knocked him out of his senses, so, you know, yeah, she had a couple of moments of like, okay, well, Elly gets taken yet again, but like she kind of redeems herself at points. But like now it's kind of like, it kind of feels like, oh, they're like nudging her to the side, and I don't really like that. Sorry about what just happened. Forgive me, but I want to explain. Now, for the first time, people, both on Earth and Solaris, are becoming one. But then, not all of them are strong like the crew of the ship, or the people in Shavat. Even we almost lose sight of our future at times, so you can imagine what regular people go through. That's why people need someone like you to depend on as a light to guide us. You freed the hearts of the people that had been used as tools by the Ministry for hundreds of years. Elly, it was you, and now your body doesn't just belong to you alone anymore. That's why I can't let you be in any danger. And that's why I don't want you to fight anymore. I think this is more of the writing's fault. Because, like, it makes sense, but, like, they're trying to make it make sense. But, like, I think it's more of the writing's fault. Like, this is just a weak point of the writing. But whatever it is, I don't really vibe with it. It's funny, isn't it? We used to be enemies, but now we're together like this. In the beginning, I think I saw myself in you. We seemed to overlap, you being in a similar situation as I was in. When I was with you, I didn't feel alone or apprehensive, that's why I thought I liked you. But it wasn't that, I simply didn't have the courage to look at my true self. I turned to you to run away from it all, I mistook that for love. But it's different now, I can face my own problems, I'm me and you're you. It's all become clear to me now, I also learned that I really do need you. It's not because I need you as a sanctuary for my problems, I need you because I truly love you. Elly. I know what you're saying, Faye. I know why you're so concerned for my safety. But you know, I'm scared. I fear we may never see each other again. I just have this feeling. That being said, this is a really, really heartfelt scene, despite the circumstances. And I absolutely love Faye and Elly as a relationship, or a couple, a pairing. I absolutely love these characters. So, despite the circumstances, I do like this scene. I just don't like the reasoning, mostly from Faye's side, all that much. Don't worry, I won't die. No, it's not that. It's something completely different. It's as if I'm being torn apart by something I can't resist, that I'm no longer me. Even if you come back safely, it just feels so uneasy. That's why I need to go with you. I can't bear to be away from you. I feel the same way. Ever since the time I met you in that forest, I think it's the same feeling that you've been having. I was also running to you, but I have to solve my own problems. I can't throw my problems onto you. There's another me. Id is within me. I fear that at any moment Id may awaken within me. You're the only one that's been able to keep me from giving in to Id. Yeah, exactly. So, like, consider that if Elly isn't with you, what's gonna happen when you become Id? Or something crazy goes on. It's not like you learn to control it. It was because you were always by my side that I was still able to keep from losing myself. I promise you that I will return. So that is, Elly, I want you to be my reason to return, to be my home that I can return to. Elly, if you'll wait for me to come back, even if we're in totally different places. As long as you'll stay by my side, I know I'll be able to do anything. Oh, Faye. And they give us a little anime scene here. No, how dare you! I cut it off at the wrong time. Alright, we got to see the sprite's kiss. I'll take it. And we got some more. They really went at it. Are you going now? Yeah, sorry. Did I wake you? It's okay. I've been awake all along. All along? Uh-huh. I was watching over you while you slept. Alright. And before I realized it was morning. Well, I'm off. Alright then. Do be careful. Yeah, in case it's not obvious, it's implied that they had sex because Elly is... You could tell Elly's naked with her portrait and right now. With the blanket. Yeah, I will. Oh, could you hold on to this for me? What is this? Is this a pendant? I don't know whose it is. It seems it was on me when I was brought into Lahan. It may be mine, or it could be... It could be. Oh, nothing. Will you just hold on to it for me? Alright, I'll hold on to it for you. Thanks. Well, I guess it's goodbye. Oh, Faye. Yeah? Thank you. I don't like the idea of Elly just staying behind, no matter what the circumstances are, because of the Elly we got in Disc 1. It just doesn't really fit